So, so far we have done very simple validations, right? So for practice purpose, what I have done, I have created some, some sample responses. I'll show you that. Okay. So this is one sample response I have created. Okay. So suppose you want to verify something like, what is the ID here, right? Or what is the type, or what is the title of the book, or what is the name, age, gender, right? So it is actually nested inside this pattern, right? So this structure. So without writing a pojo, how quickly we can verify all these things. Okay. So basically, when we use frameworks like rest assured, right? And we need to send some, suppose you want to send a json, this kind of json structure in your request, or you want to verify your response, right? So if in rest assured, right, so you cannot just like that send a payload, right? If you can send as a string, but it is better to structure it in a way so that you can verify the details. Okay. Suppose this particular response only you are getting, okay, in rest assured. Now to verify this thing, right? So rest assured will as usual no, it returns in a string format, or it will return, you can use json path, right, to parse that response. Then again you have to query, like the parameters one by one, right? Like suppose here you want to verify the type, like include type people, right? So you have to write the entire syntax. So if you create a pojo of this particular syntax, right? So pojo means nothing but a class. Okay. So how you will create that pojo? Basically, from the you have to first create a type of your expected response JSON file. That JSON file has to be there. From that file, you can create a pojo class. It is possible programmatically, even online also it is possible, right? So I want to show you how you can actually write validations here. So there is a very good link here. You have to give the JSON. Okay, I'll copy that. So if you see here, it is actually giving all the thing, right? Whatever structure is inside my JSON. Okay. Suppose I want to verify this name. Name is John. Just click on it. Then you'll get the path, right? So this path you can actually use in Postman. Suppose you want to verify name, age, and gender here, right? Copy the path. Okay. And in Postman, how you can actually use it? See, first one is I have to take the response. That is, you already know, right? pm.response.json. So response object will be having the JSON. Now, the second one is I want to verify the name, basically, right? So that means it is included. We have only one array. The first element is there, included 0 dot attributes dot name. So the X you can replace with your JSON object here. So we have response, right? Response included 0 attributes name, then age, then gender. Okay. Next is like there is one data also here, right? So not only included. If I go here, you can see the first one is data, right? So suppose I want to get the type articles, right? So type, so data 0 dot type. Then we have attributes. Suppose I want to verify the title. So data 0 dot attributes dot title. So this is very handy. You can just copy that syntax and you can put it in your Postman. Okay. So I'll just run it quickly so that you can see know what it is returning. So I'm running that in my WireMock. If you see here, the name, age, and gender it is returning. Then the title. Okay. This tool you can use to get your data structure, right? If suppose you want to verify some nested type of structures, you can copy the path and you can put it in this thing. So next I want to show you a little bit different pattern. Okay, so this is the data pattern too. So suppose you are getting this kind of structure, right? No errors, and then inside errors that is another array, right? And inside that array I have three JSONs basically, and the three JSONs I have status, source, and detail. Okay, and suppose you want to verify what is the status code it is returning together. Okay, or you want to verify what is the detail or what is the pointer, right? So if you see pointer, it is actually showing different values. First one is secret powers, second one is volume, third one is reputation. Okay, so different things it is returning. So how you can actually verify this kind of stuff using Postman without a pozo? So same thing, what you can do, you can just copy this pattern, okay, and you can paste it here. Okay, now inside errors you can see three arrays are there, right? So suppose status, you can now very clearly get the path basically. Then inside source, suppose pointers, once you have the path you can copy it, and I'll show you that for this. Okay, so I want to share one more thing here. So I'm using actually one library called Lodash. Okay, so it will help me to write this kind of for loops and all in a simplified format. Like otherwise, if you are using pure JavaScript, then you have to use like for, then your variable I equal to 0, then the complete structure, right? So if you want like Java 8 kind of structure, so here you can use Lodash for that, like for each it will support, and then you can iterate over the array. Okay, your response basically. So first thing I want to know, like what is the number of errors, right? Number of errors I have, total number of errors. So response dot errors dot length will give me that count basically. Okay, now I want the details like errors, for example no here like the status codes, right? So error codes, I want to verify the error codes, right? So or details or pointers, right? So what I am doing, I'm creating three empty arrays first. Okay, and then I'm iterating through that response. If you see response dot errors, what it will return, from here, right? See, errors is nothing but it is returning three JSON arrays, right? So error 0, error 1, error 2. So here you can actually, 1 second, yeah, you can iterate that errors, and then inside that, right? So now the inside error, right? You have to get the status or you have to get the details, right? Value is coming from this function parameter. So response dot error will come as a value, like value dot status will give you that status details, status code basically, right, for each record. Now I'm putting that errors dot push means I'm putting that status code in the errors array. Okay, and then detail also I'm putting array. But if you see the pointer, it is syntax is little different, right? So why that is? Because if you see here, source and pointers, right? So that is one level deeper. Status and detail are in the same level, but pointer is one level deeper. So a source dot pointer you have to use. The syntax you can copy it from here, and then yeah, then suppose I want to verify the error codes, right? So what we can do, we can expected error codes, I can put it in the array, and the actual ones anyway will come into this. We are putting it to the errors array. Compare the both the arrays, so you will get your validation done. Lodash, I think this is the one. This is JSON Finder. May you can get all the path basically of your structure. So put any JSON structure. You can get the path there, and then you can verify with all this details. Now since see there are three status code, right? So obviously if you will not verify this alone, right, single, so we will create an array and then we'll compare. So accordingly, in as per your requirement, you may need to create JSON or arrays and all, and then a list. Then you have to compare the details. Okay, so let me run and show you how it looks like. If you see, I'm just printing the console log, like what it is returning. The first one is a status code. Second one is also, I think, the details, right? The third one is the pointers. So you are getting all the values basically. And since I'm running a test, right? So test results, it is pass because, and there is, it is same basically expected in the actual one. So this is important because you will be using this more basically when you if you decide to automate using Postman, right? So you will be using adding a lot of validations in your test tab. So this kind of things you have to always do in your real time scenarios. So just practice, like you take any the way I have done, right? So I created the JSONs and then no, I tried parsing the details. So you can practice any random JSON, or if your work is having something similar, you can take it up and then you can actually practice all your validations.